Although she was very shy, Danu was a brave little fish. Almost nothing scared her. She had always been curious and interested in everything around her. She thought that she was born into a magical world, full of mystery and wonder. Her grandmother had told her many stories of days gone by, when giant sea creatures roamed the icy waters. Danu and Maka swam in silence for a while. The little fish had so many questions that she did not know where to begin. Finally she said, "Do you know why the sacred pearl is hidden in the ocean?" "Because the people of Earth have not made good use of its powers," Maka said with some sadness. "What happened?" Maka told Danu what he knew about the sacred pearl's journey. Some men and women of great wisdom knew its power. Kings and queens came into possession of it. Then it was passed down from father to son, carried throughout the world, but its secrets were with time forgotten. Its hidden power was rediscovered when it came to the New World. A wealthy merchant bought it from a member of an old royal family. He then crossed the ocean in search of new treasures. He moved farther west, taking his precious pearl with him, with which he bought a vast expanse of land to start a large farm at the time, with thousands of cattle. Then he became old and died, leaving his property to his son. At that point, the sacred pearl seemed lost forever in the wilderness. But a young brown bear found her, as he was plowing through a beehive in search of honey. He was attracted by its glow reflecting off the sun, making it look like a big drop of honey. He thought it might be good to eat, but the pearl was hard and tasteless, and he threw it far into the forest. A big crow took her up in her beak and flew away to the edge of the forest where she had built her nest. She placed the pearl in the soft bed of grass and branches that had been prepared for her young beside her eggs. Winter came, and the crow and her young flew south, leaving the pearl alone in the nest. The wind carried the nest away, and it flew across the field to an Indian camp, resting by the tribal chief's tent. The chief was an expert in the ancient wisdom of his people, and when he found the pearl, he knew that it was a sign. He brought the wonderful object to the ceremonial tent. He knew it must be a special object because it was unique and different from all the stones he had encountered. At dawn, the chieftain put on his large eagle feather headdress and entered the ceremonial tent. There he saw the pearl shining in the morning light through a crack in the tent. He was attracted to it and held it in his hand as a good omen. Then he impulsively placed it on his forehead, between his eyebrows, just below his headdress. A flash of light came through his mind like a burst of great clarity. He saw everything as if he were on top of a mountain. That was the only time the power of the pearl was manifested in its right use. It ended up in the hands of a sergeant-at-arms who sold it for a massive stallion. The pearl stayed in the family of the farmer who had sold the horse and was kept in a box in the attic. Everyone forgot the pearl was there. Everyone except a lonely ghost who lived in the attic of the old house. But how could he do anything about it, since he could not act in the human world? His only contact in that dimension was Isabeau, his fourth-generation great-granddaughter, who lived in the house with her parents and had inherited a keen sensitivity. She had heard some noises in the attic and had the courage to take a flashlight and search for herself where they were coming from. Isabeau took the sacred pearl to her room and placed it on her dresser. The next day she showed it to her brother, who immediately thought of selling it. Isabeau had to run away from home with the pearl hidden in her pocket to preserve it from her brother. She arrived at the beach not far from their house. Approached, she knew she had to make a decision quickly. The sea seemed to whisper with the crashing of each wave. Give it to us, give it to us." Maca finished telling her story, and they came to an area where the waters were darker and colder because they were deep, unknown to most small fish. A deep sound resonated from inside the mountain, causing a school of fish from the depths to escape. "What was that?" asked Danu, a little worried. "It's him," replied Maca. "He knows we are here." Suddenly a large dragon head appeared among the rocks. Danu jumped backward, but immediately felt at ease because the dragon was smiling. "Hello," said the dragon. "Hello, Ian," replied Maca. "You know you shouldn't come out like that. You scare all the fish." "I'm sorry," said Ian. "It's a habit I can't control. What can I do for you?" Danu is looking for the sacred pearl. But how could a small fish bring the sacred pearl back to the world of humans? "We must wrap the sacred pearl in your tentacles," Danu said, addressing Maca with a resolve that was new to her. "Ian, you must rise to the surface and stay long enough for humans to catch a glimpse of you, to be intrigued." "Why would I do that?" wondered the dragon, surprised. "If we can attract their attention, they will come to this area and find Maca with the sacred pearl." "I don't want humans to find me," said Maca, worried. "It is the only way to bring the pearl to them." "How will we know if it will be given to those who can make good use of it?" asked the dragon. "Because this time the pearl will make sure to attract only those who need to find it," said Danu. "For a small fish, you certainly have some great ideas," said Ian the dragon. "She has found her sacred pearl," said Maca with joy.